property.
About a dozen in total, 5 that were severely damaged.
Was the plane coming from Lancaster Airport?
Yes, the plane did take off from Lancaster Airport.
Any initial signs of duress from the plane?
We don't at this time. It is all under investigation by our federal partners.
You know the conditions. Air traffic control sounded like perhaps a door open that maybe could have clipped the wing or something.
That would be under the investigation on the.
Could you characterize the injuries?
The 5 patients are all being looked at this point by the doctors at the local hospitals.
For burns?
I mean, are they burned?
At this point, we know they were transported to local hospitals.
Which hospitals? Which hospitals?
We're not really going to get into say because I think some of them may have been transferred. There may have been some diversions that may have occurred because of 5 persons creating a mass casualty incident. So I and the fire chief are not comfortable putting that out with anything to be referenced at this point in time.
Are they family members? You know if they're related?
That's all part of the investigation at this point on their manifest documents. Also, the first on-scene police officer from Manheim Township Police was on scene from dispatch within 2 minutes, and followed on within 3 minutes. The first arriving Manheim Township Fire Rescue Engine Company was on scene to start providing treatment to the patients and also extinguishment of the multiple fires.
We saw hazmat what it was like for them to get those people out of that plane and how
Not at this point. We haven't debriefed with our staff yet. That will we'll be doing later this evening.
It would have had a full load of fuel just after takeoff. Can you talk about the?
Yeah, I don't know the fuel capacity on takeoff.
But can you talk about what you said in terms of the fire, in terms of the extent?
Yeah, obviously they had heavy fire on arrival from the aircraft, and then had the extinguishment piece. So at this point, the incident is under control and fire is all out.
We believe we saw hazmat here. Were there chemical concerns with this crash?
Hazmat's here to support. Obviously, we have a unified command in place from all the disciplines in emergency services, and hazmat's part of the cleanup due to the fuel that was on board the aircraft that also ran down the asphalt. So they're doing the containment of all that at this point.
You know, concern for the residents here at this center?
There's not, and I don't know if anybody from Brotherton Village speak about residents and sheltering in place at this point.
What you shared.
The only thing I'll throw in that as part of our response, we initially had all people on the property shelter in place just as a precaution to protect them. We didn't have all the specifics at that time. Again, to the fire chief's point, at no point on the ground was anyone injured. At no point did the plane or the aircraft strike any part of the structure. So we're very confident that all safety concerns have been addressed as far as the facility here and everyone that lives here.
Do you have, I realize this will be part of what the NTSB looks at, but do you have any way to gauge whether the pilot might have intentionally been able to avoid the buildings? I mean, it was pretty fortunate.
That is still all under investigation and from the federal partners.
Approximately how far did the plane skid before it came to a rest?
Well, I would say from our initial look, it appears that it may have skidded approximately 100 feet after it made contact with the ground.
Any fire damage to the building?
No, there was absolutely no damage to the building or structures here whatsoever.
Where was the plane headed?
We have to. I don't have access to the flight plan right now. I don't know if the airport would have anything to say.
Can you describe this fire and, you know, putting it out? I assume with jet fuel, it might have been a pretty intense fire.
Yep, we had a response from the airport with their ARF vehicle as well, and just using copious amounts of water, high volume, we were able to extinguish the fire.
Any challenges there?
No, none at all.
The plane was an LLC. Was that a business based out of Lancaster Airport?
We don't know at this point.
So at this point, we're going to follow up through the Lancaster County PIO's office for additional questions and comments at this point. So we'll push something back out within the next 2 hours.
Is NTSB or FAA on scene now?
They are en route at this point. Thank you.
Can you see your name and your titles? I missed the first part.
Scott Little, Fire Chief, Manheim Township Fire Rescue, Manheim Township Emergency Management Coordinator.
Dwayne Fisher, Manheim Township Chief of Police.
You said NTSB and TSA are on en route?
Yes.
Okay. Spell your first one, Dwayne.
Thank you. DUANE.
Would you consider this a miracle, sir?
I don't know if I consider it a miracle, but the fact that we have a plane crash where everybody survives and nobody on the ground is hurt is a wonderful thing. And anytime you have transportation, you always have risk when people are moving. But to have this type of ending right so far is a great day for us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Folks, as Scott Little mentioned, we'll push out any additional update via writing. If you did not receive the distribution information for that, I'm happy to give you my email address.